Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World, and welcome to a video that is going to be focusing on my personal opinion on the Fortnite Save the World update, the state of development, including what I think of everything that that was told to us, what I intend to do about it, and what my opinion is about it all. So we're going to jump straight into this one, guys. I don't want to waste any time. First question that I've been asked pretty much nonstop today, constantly being asked this. There's been people coming to my stream. I've gotten emails, DMs. I've gotten private messages asking me, am I quitting Save the World? No. That's the basic answer is no. If you guys are wondering, if you come to my stream, you guys are going to see the same stream format that I have had for quite a while now, where I'm going to play Save the World for the first part of my stream, and then at the end of my stream, the last hour or 2 hours of my stream, we're going to play a different game. I have lots of different sponsored games that I play, and I have a long list of them, and we just have fun with that. And thank you to everyone who's been coming to the streams. There's been so many of you, and thank you to everyone else who gives a chance to the other games that we play. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. So that's going to be my format for streaming and for playing. And on the YouTube channel, there's still going to be daily Fortnite videos, guys. There's going to be daily Fortnite Save the World videos right now. As of right now, I can tell you I have 75. I have 75 ideas for videos. I have tons of heroes I want to talk about. Hero loadouts, weapon loadouts. There's so much stuff that I want to talk about Save the World, and so many things, schematics and changes and everything that I want to make videos about, that I want to make content about, because I really enjoy this game. I haven't even started at the moment of me making this video. I haven't started Yar's Return, excuse me. I'm sorry. As you guys can hear, my throat is a little raspy right now. I've been talking way too much lately. I still have Yar's Return to do. I have the Hit the Road event to do. There's so much in this game that I want to do, and I personally am quite excited to see what their new schedule is going to be. Their new schedule of the rotation, the seasonal rotation. So I'm very excited for that. So to answer the first question, no, I am not quitting Save the World. Is there going to be Save the World on streams? Yes, there is. Is there going to be a Save the World videos on this channel? Yes, there is. Just you guys are going to see at least one Save the World video every day, and you might see a different game, because I am going to start playing. I'm going to start making a lot more content for other games that I have that I enjoy playing, and we're going to be playing them here. For those of you who don't know, just to name four actually. We're going to finish on stream. We're going to finish up Maneater. I'm going to release those videos here on my channel. We're going to finish up The Last of Us. I'm going to release videos, VODs of those as well once I'm done. We are going to be playing Super Animal Royale, the greatest battle royale ever to exist. And we're going to be playing as well Deep Rock Galactic. There's 4 extra games there, and you guys are going to start seeing content for that on my channel, as well as the weekly Epic videos, Epic Store videos. You guys are going to start seeing also on my channel more unboxing videos, more food videos, more maybe vlogs. You guys might see a vlog soon. Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff. Let's Talk podcast. I've done podcasts in the past. There's a lot of other stuff that I want to explore and work on again. And I'm saying this because, yes, even though I'm going to continue playing Save the World, even though I'm going to continue, it's going to be the main game on my channel for the time being, I am definitely not going to be waiting in anticipation for anything big from Save the World anymore. And that, I think, is the biggest thing that I can take away from the news that we got. Now, for those of you who have been to my stream, I guess the other second big question we're going to answer right now is, how do I feel about this? How do I feel about this? Oh, actually, I've gotten 3 big questions. Am I quitting Save the World? Is Save the World dead? And how do I feel about the situation? Is Save the World dead? No. Save the World actually finally got born. That's what happened, guys. That's what happens when a game leaves early development, leaves beta. It finally is born. In my previous video where I talked all about the question and answer video, that was a huge long video. Thank you to everyone who's watching it. I hope I did answer a lot of questions. Yes, I do want to do another question video. If you guys have any questions about Save the World, just drop them in the comments in any video. Do the format, just put question at first, like the word question, and then ask your question. So that way I can search them all up by question, and I can make a video maybe once a week. We'll answer questions about Save the World. So thank you very much for that, guys. But in that video, I kind of approached and explained a little bit how I feel about Save the World in regards to early access games. And I gave the example of Subnautica. So Subnautica is a game that was in early development for quite some time. Wonderful game, loved it. And in the time that it was in beta and alpha, and the entire time that it was being developed, it changed a lot. There were huge parts of the game mechanic, of the meta, of the tools, of everything that changed drastically. And get this, the entire story of Subnautica was told in the beta. I'm not going to ruin it. I'm not going to say anything like that. But then when it was done, they released the game. And it was the exact same story. It was the exact same story, but it was polished. All the characters moved, all the voice lines were there. There were no placeholders, textures or anything. It was just the game was complete. Yes, there were still bugs. Yes, they still keep updating little things, etc., etc. But that's what happens when a game is in early development. Now, what happened with Save the World is that, yes, we were in early development for 3 years. We were in beta for 3 years. And to be perfectly honest, guys, we should have only been in beta maximum 1 year. Now, let me kind of explain what I mean by this. Save the World suffered from 2 big misfortunes. The first misfortune was that Battle Royale was such a success. The fact that Battle Royale was such a huge success, guys, made it so that Save the World was overshadowed. Even though, yes, they said that there were 1 million people that bought Save the World when it first came out. I don't know if that's true, but there were 1 million accounts. That's crazy. That's a ton of money. And then, well, Battle Royale came along and there were 100 million accounts. So you guys can see why Battle Royale was so much more popular and why Epic as a company decided to pull resources from Save the World into Battle Royale. Also, I'm going to say this. I do believe that Save the World was supposed to be the main Fortnite game. And they had a story. They had an idea. They had a plan. They had a plan of releasing events and quest lines, of interacting with the community. I've told the story many times before about the content creators that were approached way long ago at the beginning of the alpha, at the beginning of the game. There were teams set up. There were commander teams. There were competitions. There were V-Bucks given away. There was some crazy stuff at the beginning. And then Battle Royale happened. And when Battle Royale happened, it completely blindsided Epic. I'm sure no one expected Battle Royale to do what it did. So it was gigantic. It was a huge success. It drew so much. Of course, Epic decided as a company, let's pull resources from here and focus on Battle Royale. So they pulled and pulled and pulled. And the timeline that Save the World had was lost. Save the World was we were supposed to get the Canny Valley story in Save the World. I think it was 3 to 6 months after it first came out. That was pushed back by over a year, actually. And if I'm not mistaken. And Save the World had a plan. They had a plan with Save the World. Bum, release Canny Valley. Game goes free to play, extended, bigger. I'm sure Twine Peaks biome was in there. Twine Peaks storyline of another one. We go to space. We go somewhere else. We go to the other dimension. You know, who knows? There must have been so many different ideas and concepts that could have happened in Save the World. And we know this because up to season 4, Save the World and Battle Royale were kind of side by side. And you could tell that there was a schedule. After that, something happened with Save the World. Save the World went off on its own little thing. We started getting events and llamas that didn't match. events and weapons and stuff that didn't exactly kind of click. It was kind of like, wait, what's going on here? We got event storyline that was like, wait, what's happening here? And it didn't really make that much sense because we didn't have Canny yet. There were a lot of things like that that went progressed in Save the World. And I believe this is, again, of course, all of this is just purely my opinion, guys. I believe at a certain point, the Save the World development team was removed. I don't think that right now there is a Save the World development team. I believe that Save the World, I believe that Fortnite in general is a group of developers that work at Epic. And I like to think of it this way. This is how I explain it on my streams. There's a big giant whiteboard. And on that whiteboard, they will write down, okay, so season 13 battle pass for Fortnite. For Battle Royale, and they go like this skin, this weapon, this schematic, this blah blah blah. No, sorry, this pickaxe, this emote, this thing, this challenge, and they write all these things down. And there's all this information. Creative has some information too, and then Save the World. There's a little column for Save the World where they will write, YAR 2 ? And then if there's a bug or something, imagine that under this whiteboard there's a big area where there's a bug, and someone, like, let's say in Battle Royale, something doesn't work. Oh, this weapon doesn't work. Write in a post-it and stick it on there. And same thing for Save the World. There's a problem. Oh, pink MSK, neon pink MSK. Write it down the post-it, stick it on the wall. And whenever someone, they finish their work over in Fortnite and Battle Royale, and they go grab some coffee and they walk by the whiteboard, they're like, let me see what I can do right now. Oh, look. Save the World has a pink neon MSK, but look, this over thing, these are priorities. So with Save the World, I believe is on. That's how I like to imagine it. It's still there, it's still being developed, but it's most definitely just something that is, it's something. It's on the to-do list. Now, it could be that there are giant more areas, new biomes, new storylines. There could be so many different ideas. There could be so many actually resources. We don't know. It's possible that the entire Twine and another biome, another storyline has already been voice acted and recorded, but it hasn't been made in the game. There could be many different things like that, and these are all purely speculations, guys. I'm just daydreaming here, but I want to believe that is what's happened with Save the World. Save the World has been relegated to that point. And of course, us as Save the World players, we look at Save the World, we look at this awesome game, all this potential, how awesome it is, and we can't help but look at our neighbor. We can't help to look at our little brother, Fortnite Battle Royale, who the parents, buy them the brand new Mercedes for their 16 year, for their 16 years when they turn 16. Send them to the best schools, buy them the brand new phone and everything. And, we're over here chugging along hard at work, going to community college, and trying to, we have a job, we have a night job. We're trying to do night school and everything at the same time. And our parents look at us and they're like, hey, you're good. We raised you. You can take care of yourself. And that's how it feels. The grass most definitely looks greener on the other side, because we look at Battle Royale and we see them having weekly updates, daily shop, complete changes, all this rotation stuff, new stuff all the time, battle passes, events, LTMs, all this stuff here. And then we look at Save the World and we're like, our pickaxe doesn't work, we're like, bug. We're like, hey, storyline, something, content, please. So that's how I feel that we definitely feel. And this is the other thing too. It makes it so much more noticeable because of the popularity of Battle Royale and how much development Battle Royale has. If you've played any other game that is quite, big like this, that updates are not as there's very few games that have weekly updates, massive weekly content updates. For example, there's that game that I said, Deep Rock Galactic. It is an awesome game, but they're not doing giant new storylines or quest lines or areas. They're fixing bugs as they go along. They have a game, and yes, they plan to expand it and something, but there isn't weekly giant updates. Same as Super Animal Royale. I love Super Animal Royale, but they only get every season, every couple of months, every 2-3 months, there is a brand new event. And there isn't weekly things or bi-weekly things or even monthly updates. It's just the same event for a period of time. So it's very difficult to look at Save the World and then look at Battle Royale and not feel extremely jealous or left out for content. Now that's the next question the next topic I want to talk about real quick is content. What is content? A lot of times I have people, like, for example, yesterday and today, I've had several people tell me there's no content. There's no content Save the World. Save the World's horrible. Epic is horrible. They didn't give us any content. Or they didn't give us any content. Yar's Return is completely new content with a complete new hero. That's content. If that's not content for people, then I think that they mean, by content, they mean a battle pass. Something huge, something that will take days, if not weeks, to finish. An entire new quest line and storyline and an entire new area, constantly like that. I think that a lot of people would want to see entire new areas and entire new quest lines every single month, which would then cause a problem that if you guys played RuneScape, I've been playing RuneScape for 15 years now, and at a certain point I had to really slow down playing RuneScape because there were weekly updates, and not just weekly updates, stories, like entire long stories that would take you 30 hours to complete. And if you missed a single one, you were left behind. And that's what happened to me. I missed a couple of them and I was like, wait, what's going on? And I got way behind on the power curve. I sold my party hat. And then, it's just, there was so much stuff that happened. And I sold it for Bandos. I know. Was it a Bandos set? I forget. I think it was Bandos set. Or was it God War set? I forget now. But there was so much stuff like that happened that came out constantly. Oh, so much updates that if you weren't playing 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day, you couldn't possibly keep up. And that's what happened to me. And unfortunately, I had to pull back a lot. And now I just go in and smack some trees or, smack some rocks for a while. So, Save the World, I feel, has content. And Save the World, I feel, will continue to have content like they told us. They told us that Save the World, the Ventures is going to be very interesting content, and it's going to be on a seasonal structure. Save the World's massive, structure changes. We're shifting to an annual recurring seasonal schedule where existing in-game narratives and events such as Frost Night and Dungeons will continue a seasonal rotation unique to Save the World and separate from Battle Royale. And Save the World's massive library of existing hero schematics and questlines will rotate in throughout each season with a handful of new quests and heroes coming in at a slower pace. So, so every season there's going to be that thing, and handful of new quests and heroes. Well, a handful of new quests is like 4 or 5 quests, maybe 1 quest per season, a couple of heroes, a couple of schematics per season. And this is the last part that I want to talk about. The other thing that people have constantly been saying lately and asking me is, how do I feel about it? Am I upset about it? Like the whole Save the World is dead now and they killed Save the World and et cetera, et cetera. And to that, I've been saying, guys, what we're being told right here, is exactly what we've been living with for the past year. The past year of Save the World has been exactly this. Rotating stuff, coming back every once in a while, a new quest here, a couple new heroes here, new schematic here, a new llama, spy llama. Gold Nox, pirates. That's what it's been, guys. That is exactly what we have been living with for the past year. Save the World, basically all they're doing is they're telling us, hey, what you guys have been experiencing for the past year, the next year is going to be like that. And I gotta tell you, there has been plenty of content and gameplay to do. I have had tons of fun. I can't wait to do Hit the Road. It's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait to do the quest of Yar's return. If we do have a birthday llama coming this in hopefully in the next few weeks, I am going to look forward to grinding as many tickets as I possibly can. And I'm excited to see what the new llama will bring. That is where I feel we are in the game. And the biggest issue, and this is my opinion, and again, this is just what I feel. Apart from the whole, fixing Save the World. For those of you who don't know, I started how I would fix Save the World series like over a year ago. I abandoned it because I realized the developers weren't going to listen to me. And if they did listen to me, they would change things and they wouldn't tell us about it. And that right there is the big part. Communication. The lack of communication that we have had from the developers. The communication we had from Save the World, from Epic at the beginning of the game was incredible. The roadmaps were amazing. The patch notes that with extensive changes were amazing. The vlogs, the Save the World roadmaps, all that communication and kind of sharing with us, hey, this is what we want to do. This is what we're going to do. Along the way, it got lost. And for the past year, we have been in such a disconnect of communication with Epic that it's brought us to where we are now. And the fact that this right here, if you guys realize all of this could have been done a year ago. A year ago, they could have told us this and exactly this. They could have told us exactly this. I mean, left out the ventures part, but they could have told us exactly this. And we would have been like, okay, Save the World. People would have been like, Save the World's dead. It's over. And the past year would have played out exactly how they told us that the future is going to be. They could have said that it wasn't going to be in free to play. They could have introduced the packs, all of that. And nothing would have changed. But there has been no communication. And as far as we can tell, there will be no communication in the future of Save the World, which is very disappointing. But that is the reality that we have. And for me personally, I feel like that is the biggest disconnect we have here. Yes, I know I've talked many times about the three big things that I feel need to be changed in Save the World: balance, replayability, and communication. This is one of them. I'm not going to talk about balance or replayability because I want to make standalone videos just on balance, just in the replayability, and explain what I mean by that. But Save the World is where it is right now. And the last thing I want to close off with is the last thing. The adventure continues. While the main story of Save the World is complete, there are still adventures to be had. A lot of people have been telling me that they are very upset with this. And I will say this, the same thing I talked about today on stream. This is called Fortnite Save the World. We saved the world. Yes, the main storyline is complete. If you guys remember, way back when the Canny Valley storyline finished and everything, we got that intro. Remember, we got that intro to Save the World and the stand and fight song and all that. It was the end of part 1. It was the end of Save the World. The world was attacked. We don't know why still. We don't know what happened. Dr. Vinderman, Desiree, everyone else, and everything that happened, everything that was done to close everything and all that. I'm not trying not to give too many spoilers in case you haven't gotten that part. Even to the point of us defeating the Mythic Storm King, or the Storm King, the Canny Valley Storm King. We saved the world, guys. Save the World is complete. The story of Save the World is complete. If you want to think of it as part 1, or Fortnite Save the World is complete. It's very possible that Twine Peaks and other areas after that were considered to be a continuation, or Fortnite Part 2. Rebuilding the world, exploring the world, taking the fight to the husks. Going after and seeing if we can save Desiree or Dr. Vinderman, because we know the deal that we don't know about the cube. What's the cube? Who is Kevin? What deal did Ray make with him? There's so many other questions about everything else and the larger lore and world of Save the World that could lead to something much bigger. But the actual game, Save the World, just like Subnautica, it was fully developed, built from the ground up, built with the developers and the community. Subnautica has its own whole storyline, and when it was complete, it was released as a full game, a new game. Well, a completed game. Subnautica. They didn't add extra areas to it. They didn't add extra story. You had the full Subnautica story. Save the World is the same thing. Save the World is the story of us saving the world. Going through Stonewood, Plankerton, Canny Valley, that whole storyline, it's complete. I believe that, yes, their initial intentions were much bigger. That's why we had Twine Peaks. That's why we had 6-star material, because the developers and the people who started the game dreamed of making this game so much bigger than it is right now, or maybe adding more parts to it. But I personally believe if they would have stopped at Canny, if they would have made maybe level 99 or 100 the max level you could get, increase Canny Valley difficulty a little bit more, and increase the levels and everything, and if they would have never added Twine Peaks, or if they would have done this, I said this on stream today, if they would have created Save the World up to Canny Valley, and once you reached max level 99, level 100, once you finished the Canny Valley Storm King, you finished everything, you could unlock a special area, the Twine Peaks area, a developer area, a dream area, a training area, if you'd like, a training area where you could get up to level 130 and you could experience little areas from the entire map, and you could maybe replay different missions from everywhere in the map at a higher difficulty, and you could take your weapons to 130, but you couldn't use those 130 weapons in Canny Valley and below. And that also leads into replayability. Once you finish Stonewood, Plankerton, and Canny Valley, there's no reason to ever go back unless there's a V-Buck mission in there. So there's a lot of things like that that could have been approached from a different point of view. But again, we don't know what the developers are thinking or were thinking, or what their initial concept or dream was for Save the World. So I hope I've answered all 3 questions. No, I'm not quitting Save the World. There'll still be streams and videos on my channel. Do I think Save the World is dying? Not even close. I think that Save the World has a lot more to offer. And yes, it's going to feel like it's an autopilot with no communication at all. But we're going to keep going, rotating through things. If you are a new player to Save the World, welcome. Congratulations. You just got yourself an amazing, huge, awesome game. Enjoy it. It's a huge game with hundreds of hours of gameplay, and it's awesome. It's really, really awesome. If you are looking to get to the MSK and get to 130 and finish the game as fast as possible, congratulations. You're going to be able to do that too. You're going to be able to completely finish the game in a few weeks if you want to. And once you've finished the game, you're done. The game is over. You can move on to the next one. And the last question is, how do I feel about Save the World? How do I feel about this? And I just explained it all. The last thing I want to say, and the final thought that I want to leave you guys with, is this. I most definitely always try and put myself in. I try and look at things from multiple different perspectives. And if you come to my stream, you know that we don't do anger, we don't do cursing, we don't do, we don't talk about politics, religion, or anything like that, because we're here to play games. We're here to play games. We're here to enjoy a game and have fun with it. And something that I have asked people to do on my streams is think of it this way. If you think of it, if you work for Epic Games, if you were a developer on this game for the last 10 years, when the first concept first came out of it, if you've been working on Save the World for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and you can tell, you guys know, I say that sometimes whenever we play this game, sometimes we look at a certain schematic, sometimes we look at a certain we look at a certain hero, we look at the development of something in the game. You can really tell sometimes how much love and care and patience and attention to detail went into these weapons and these heroes and these storylines. It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible, and it's awesome. And if you put that much time, attention, love into this game, and the game you made, the game you love, and you are told by a bunch of people that you're horrible, that you destroyed the game, that you abandoned it, that you did who knows what else. It must be heartbreaking. And I want to say thank you to developers. Thank you for creating this game. I don't know what decisions led to the game being left in the position it is. I don't want to say it was abandoned, but it was most definitely not a main focus. And I don't know, maybe there is a developer said, get me off this game. I don't want to work on this game anymore. Or maybe they were told, hey, you got to focus on this. And that's someone else's decision. And the people who make those decisions, the people who are higher up, they don't work on the game. They may have never even played Battle Royale or Save the World. The people who make the decisions at Epic. So it's very important for me to look at it from that point of view and understand that as a developer, if I were to finally, guys, this game was finally released. We're finally out of early access. The 3 years that you spent and the years before that you spent working on this and trying and perfecting it and developing it, and you released this game finally, and there's no celebration. There was no celebration. There was no big announcement. There was no Save the World is finally out of early development. And to spend that much of your life probably on something and not have it celebrated, and instead have a entire community say horrible things to you about the game, I don't want to do that, guys. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to sit here and say to Epic or to the developers that they should be ashamed of this game, of what they did, or that I'm upset at them or anything like that. No. I want to say them thank you. And man, guys, be proud. Seriously, be proud of the game you made, because this is an awesome game. And for me personally, as a content creator, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to play this game, to have a community with me, to create something so awesome, guys. It's been incredible, guys. It really has. And this game is amazing. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank the developers for creating this amazing game. And congratulations. Fortnite Save the World is done. It's amazing. And if in the future we get, a different game, if in the future we get a part 2 or something like that, I look forward to it. I truly, honestly do. But in the meantime, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be making content for Save the World, guys. And thank you. As always, I am DUJ2. If you guys enjoy this video, if you enjoy what I do on my channel, please do me a huge favor and have yourself a fantastic day, guys. Thanks a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Because there will be a next one. See ya.